Let's step back and think about the meaning of victim blaming and why people might do this. Um, happens frequently. A a friend of mine sent me this meme that she saw on social media. So when the sex was good and when the sex was great, with the latter being the woman was beaten up. Or in court, uh, Judge Derek Johnson says if the woman does not want to have sex, the body shuts down. The victim in this case, although she wasn't necessarily willing, didn't put up a fight. Or Judge Robin Camp says, why couldn't you just keep your knees together? Or Judge John Russo said, did you close your legs? Call the police? Did you do any of those things? You know, this is victim blaming. It shouldn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter. And it's also inappropriate. Tarana Burke talks about in her memoir, she says, survivors were always silenced or shamed, and the community seemed to value whatever modicum of honor or prestige the predator represented over the lives and livelihood of the Black girls in that community. Why do we do this? So I think that this happens in part because people, the ideas of rape and assault are challenging. And so we want to believe that people get what they deserve and deserve what they get. The just world hypothesis. Such a belief system is victim blaming, and it prevents or protects us from anxiety about being victimized in the future. We're safe if we are good, right? That's at least the belief. We tend to divide the world between good and bad, winners and losers, dominant and subordinate, in groups and out groups. And again, this might contribute or impact the child's experience of trauma, and leave a child believing that I deserve this. I got this because I'm bad. Certainly, our culture is terrible to many people, but our culture also supports trauma survivors and others. And there are lots of examples. I'm sure that you're coming up with others on your own, such as the Me Too movement, more accurate media representations of mental illness, celebrity statements about sexual harassment and rape, willingness to see and support LGBTQ plus community, person first and identity first language, and choosing how we're going to use that language, using trans friendly language. I mean, there are lots of different things that we are doing that supports trauma survivors and others. There are also things that we can do to make this a safer world. We can prevent trauma. We can create awareness and recognition. We can strengthen protective factors. We can engage in microinterventions and certainly avoid microaggressions. We can offer counseling, especially trauma-informed counseling. We can offer reconciliation. We can write policy that is helpful to trauma survivors. There are things that we can do to make this a better world. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.